Today we are going to be making an ancho mole or a mole coloradito sauce. Moles are a sauce that is really popular in Mexico. Every family, every restaurant has their own mole recipe. They can get really crazy, up to 20 to 30 different ingredients. So today we're gonna be making a really simplified one. Some of the ingredients are actually from Mexico. Funny side story, these ancho chilies and guajillo chilies that you see here, I actually brought these back from our last Mexico trip when we visited Mexico City and Oaxaca. I was able to get through customs pretty easily, but when I was actually transiting in DFW to come back to New York City, my bag actually got flagged when it was going through domestic security, and these were actually the culprit. And so when the security person was going through my bag, as soon as she unzipped it, she almost got taken aback by how strong the smell was from these chilies, and she immediately asked me, "So you came from Mexico, didn't you?" And obviously I did. So the way that you prep these chilies, these are anchos. So this is very much larger than the guajillos right here. These are poblano chilies that are dried and smoked. They have a very rich chocolatey flavor. The heat is pretty mild, so you don't have to worry about burning yourselves when you're eating these. And then guajillos are actually marisol chilies, a little bit less common than the ancho. These are thinner, skinnier, a little bit more moderate in heat, so definitely hotter than the anchos. These are also dried and smoked, and they're a little bit more acidic and a bit deeper red in flavor. So this is gonna contribute like a rich, smoky flavor to the mole that we're making today. This is gonna contribute a little bit more acid. Okay, so now we're going to prep the chilies, both the guajillo and the ancho, and the easiest way to do this is you want to take a pair of scissors, snap them in half. The key here is you want to flatten them out, and you want to make sure that every single last seed that is in here, and you can see there are a lot in here, every single last one of them is taken out of the chilies before we put them on the stove and kind of reheat them to make them a little bit more pliable. If you forget to take out the seeds, you'll realize that you made a mistake later, because when you have them over the stove, it's going to start burning your eyes, and you really don't want that to happen. So you want to flatten it out, make sure no more seeds are in it, so that it looks like this. Now we're going to open up the guajillos. So fewer seeds than the anchos. So this is what your chilies should look like after you've de-seeded them and flattened the insides open. So now that we have already opened, de-seeded, and peeled open and flattened the insides of our ancho and our guajillo chilies, what we're gonna do now is lightly toast them over the stove just to bring out some of the flavors a bit. I'm gonna put this pan on medium heat and take one of these flattened out chilies and stick them on the pan. You just want them lightly toasted. If you overdo this, you'll get bitter and your mole is going to be ruined. So be careful. So you want to just kind of flatten them out just a bit. The heat's also going to soften them up a bit, so it'll become a bit more pliable. So we've had the tomatoes and the onions and the garlic in the broiler for about 5 minutes. This is what it's gonna look like. You can see that there's a bit of a touch of color on the onions. And then the color is really gonna be on the garlic cloves because they're so small. So I've already peeled these two. You can see it's nice and blackened. Just gonna quickly peel off the skins, and then make sure that you get this little knob at the very end of the clove off. Okay, so I think they're about ready. You can see they're a bit more pliable, a bit looser. I'm just going to take them and put them on a plate. Okay, so now that we've heated them up, flattened on the stove, you can see that they're a bit more pliable. It smells smoky and fruity and delicious. The chilies are scenting up the whole house. Soak them in hot water. This is my hot water dispenser. I soak them in really hot water for about 30 minutes until they're nice and soft. So maybe every 10 or so minutes, just kind of shake them around with a spoon or something. Make sure that they're all getting nice and soft in the hot water.